Hi everybody, I'm Lex and welcome back to my project panning channel. Now, this is a big one, this is a big project. It is the 50 Shades of Blue project pan. So this project was created with the Pantastic Ladies over on Facebook, and I will link the ladies down below that made this project. It will be linked down below along with the Pantastic Ladies Facebook group. I'm not actually part of it, I don't have Facebook, but because it's such a fun project and they open it up to everyone, I love participating in this. I did the 50 Shades of Black last year and that was amazing, so I'm super happy to be jumping on the bandwagon again. Let's talk about my 50 items and my 50 blue things. I'll only be going over the stuff that I've actually used this past month because it was a lot of talking in the introduction to try and tell you about all of these items individually. If you want to see every single item, go and watch my introduction, but for today I'm just talking about the stuff I've actually used in May. Up first, I've used this Powerpuff Girls blush in the shade Fighting Crime. It is this hot pink, and I didn't think I was going to be able to get much use out of it, but it's actually a very wearable shade. It is pretty pigmented, but if you use a light hand, it just looks really, really nice, and I don't have very many cool toned blushes rolled in at the moment, so this is essentially being used for all my cool toned looks. I've used this 3 times this past month. I should clarify, I have a goal of 20 uses on every single item in this project, unless I finish something, in which case, yeah, it's done, it's rolled out. But yeah, 20 uses for everything in this project. I think that is much more doable, much less intimidating. But yes, the one thing is, this does have hard pan in the middle here. As you can see, I can just like rub my finger all over it and basically nothing happens. So I think I will take a bit of tape and remove that hard pan for next month as well, and that'll make it easier to use. Then I have my Beauty Crop lip scrub. This is like the Pride lip scrub, which is perfect for June. Happy Pride Month, everyone. But this lip scrub I've used 11 times this past month, and it doesn't really look like I've used it at all. It's nice. I thought the scrubby particles weren't that noticeable, but actually now that I'm using it again, I think they're pretty good. They're pretty decent. I do think that it leaves a good lip balmy sort of moisturization behind as well, so it's nice to use in the morning. I'll apply it first thing, do the rest of my makeup, and then put my lip products on, and they go on nice and smooth and nice, and yeah, over halfway with my uses in just 1 month, so maybe it'll be worth rolling this into a project at some point in the future. But yes, this is quite a nice product, and I've enjoyed using it. I'll keep using it for the next month and maybe be done with it pretty soon, actually. Then I have my Adventure Time lip gloss from She Glam. This has Finn on it. I love Adventure Time, it's one of my favourite shows ever. This is Finn. These actually have names, and this one's called Frosty, which makes sense because it's a blue. And it doesn't look blue on the lips. It gives a little bit of like a cool tone tint to your lips, so they look like a more sort of like mauvey colour. But the glitters add like an iridescent sheen, and it's beautiful. It's actually genuinely super nice, and it smells good. I said it smelled like berry cider or like cherry cider, which is such an oddly specific thing, and maybe that's not the scent everybody wants their lip gloss to smell like. But to me, it's genuinely really, really nice. I've used this 6 times in the past month, so again, like a lot more use than I thought I was gonna get. And that probably explains why I haven't done so well in my other projects this month, but that's okay. You know, I'm getting use on everything, and all of my projects are getting attention, which is good. Then another lip product. This is the Dr. Pawpaw Paddington collab, and this is the hot chocolate scented lip balm. And it smells really, really good. This is it rolled all the way down. And I've used this 20 times, so it is officially rolling out. How wild is it to have a rollout in the first month? But I basically took this to work for about a week straight and just used it up in work, so I've reached my 20 use goal now, and this gets to roll out, my first rollout of the project. Then I had my PS Marshmallow Fluff lip oil. It's been on its side, so it's not settled very well, but I think because this was in a project right before rolling back in here, I needed a little bit of a break from it. I used it twice still, but definitely nothing major. I do like it, but I got 50 uses on it in my rolling project pan, and then I rolled it straight back into here, so maybe a little bit of a break and I'll get back to this later down the line. But it's a nice product as well. Then I have another PS lip oil. It's Candy Floss and Bubblegum. I don't know where it is. I think it's either in a pocket somewhere or in a bag somewhere, and I will have a proper good look for it when I'm tidying later. But I got 11 uses on it, so over halfway on that one as well. It was also really nice, and I did take it to work a few times, but it was mainly my going out lip gloss. When I was going to town, running errands, things like that. So I got 11 uses, which is pretty good. Then there's a whole bunch of stuff I didn't use, and then my Revolution Reloaded Wild Nights palette. The 3 shades from this palette that are rolled in are number 5, number 10, and number 11. And I've got one use on number 11. It's this more periwinkle blue, and it's such a beautiful shade. It goes super, super well with my blue glitter liner that I have in my rolling project pan that I use as an eyeshadow topper. They look so gorgeous together, and I think that's how I want to use them more. But yeah, then I have my Soda Grace Face Primer, Coconut Drop Primer, and this product, it is really nice to use. I was just finding it a little bit difficult to squeeze it out of here, so I've emptied this whole tube out now, and I've depotted it into here so that it's easier for me to use. And basically, I don't have much left at all. I have maybe, I'd say, 3 uses in this. And it smells like coconuts. It smells gorgeous, and it's super nice on my skin because it feels like water. But yeah, I still got a few uses to go. I've used it 7 times this past month, and I don't think I'm going to be able to get to 20 uses. That's not happening. I'll use it up before then for sure. One last lip product, I think. This is the PS Watermelon Froze lip balm, and this is quite nice as well. It's very moisturizing, actually. I do quite like it. And this has 7 uses so far. It's nice. It's just a little bit big to take to work with me if I'm putting it in my pocket. But other than that, I have no complaints. It's very nice. In my blue Doraemon palette, I've basically rolled in everything in this palette to be used 20 times. And I've done a decent job so far. This highlight has 14 uses. This orangey blush has 10 uses, and this reddish blush also has 10 uses as of right now. Then I've used this shade once, and this shade once. I made like a deeper brownie orange look for a party. I haven't touched any of the blues in here yet though, which is worrying me because those are probably going to be left till the end, but whatever. We're trying our best. Then my collection mascara. I wanted to say that I've started this, so I've definitely already probably had 20 uses on this. I kind of hate it. It's not a particularly volumizing or defining mascara. It doesn't actually add a lot of product to my lashes. So I'm not loving it. Plus, when it dries, it just becomes like flaky and it gets all under my eyes, and it's just a little bit annoying. So I'm not a big fan of this. I will still try and use it for a few months. See if maybe the formula improves when it dries a little bit, because sometimes that happens. Like, you'll use a mascara and you're like, this is kind of crap. And as you keep using it more and more and the formula dries, it actually becomes quite a nice product. So I will give it a chance. But if I don't like it in the next 2 months, I'm getting rid of it. Then my Lyra blue eyeliner. It's like a navy blue. This I've used once, and I found it a little bit difficult to use on my waterline. I just found that it didn't dispense as much product as I would want it to. It's not the softest pencil. And on top of that, I felt like I just sort of, it disappeared off my waterline after a little while, so I had to reapply it. But yeah, I'll still probably only use it on my waterline because I don't really draw like a pencil wing on. If I do a winged liner, it's usually liquid liner. But yeah, I'll have to see. I'll have to see how I feel about it and all. I've only used it once so far, so it's hard to make up a proper opinion of it. Then, my absolute star of the show so far. This is the Stars from the Stars Vedal collection, and this is the contour duo. It's got a powder and a bronzer, and you can literally see the rings in the powder because I've been aiming my brush in the middle here so I get half powder, half bronzer. But the powder is just like flying through. It has a major dip that the bronzer doesn't have, which is concerning me. I'm worried that I'm just going to be left with this side and I'll have used all of this up, but whatever. The powder doesn't really do anything for me. I'm not that bothered. I do like this bronzer though. I think the only thing this powder adds is a little bit of shimmer, so your bronzer's not like completely matte. But this is a nice product. I love it so much because it smells like coffee. But I've used this 18 times in the past month, so I'm nearly at my 20 use goal. It is such a good product, and I'm going to be so sad to have to put it away in my collection, but I'll definitely be rolling this into a project at some point, so it's just so gorgeous, I can't not. My Mermaid's Heart highlight, and I thought this would be really, really difficult to use and really flashy. But honestly, when you mix all the colours together, it makes quite a nice neutral toned highlight. It's not too icy blue, it's not too orange, it's just nice. And because there's such fine glitters in this, it looks really smooth as well. So it's not like a very glittery, in-your-face highlight. It's decent. And I've also just been using the individual bands of colour as inner corner highlights, depending on what kind of eye look I'm doing. But I have 5 uses on this, and honestly I don't think it's going to take me half as long as I thought it would. I do think this product itself is going to last me forever though, because it's a baked product, and even though I've used it 5 times, there's no change in it at all. Then my Sweet Mango and Papaya Lip Mask. It smells nice, it smells very fresh. You can see I've been kind of using it a bit. And I have 18 uses on this as well. I try and use it every night before I go to bed, I just don't always remember, but when I incorporate it into a routine like that, it's much easier for me to use, so I don't think it'll be too hard. My Adventure Time She Glam collab. This is the Icy Hearts Multichrome Highlighter with Ice King on it. Our favourite guy. It is a very, very glittery icy highlight. It's actually smoother than I thought it would be. Like, there isn't actually big chunky glitters in here. It is nice. It has a blue flip though, so that makes it a little bit more difficult to wear. But honestly, I have so many blue eyeshadows and things that I'll just be doing a lot of blue looks over the summer anyway, I imagine. This is a lovely colour though, and I used it once. So not major progress, not a major update, but I've used it once, so I've touched it, you know. The same can be said for my Stars from the Stars Vedal Cream Blush. This is the shade number 2, Freshness. And it smells like chocolate raspberries. I have used this once, you can see I dug my nail in there, but also I did just use this with a brush as well. And normally I'm not a big fan of using cream products with brushes, but this is like a little bit of like a whipped moussey texture rather than a cream. So I did use it with a brush, and I put it over the top of my powder and it didn't lift any product, and it looked really, really good actually. So I'll probably actually enjoy using this a lot more than I thought. Plus it smells amazing. My whole face is just gonna smell like a snack, you know? Between my coffee bronzer and my raspberry blush. I'm gonna smell so good. But there's 10 grams in here, so I'm really glad that it feels like a product that was worth the money, because it's just so beautiful. It's such a beautiful pink. I have it on today, and it's easy to use, and I love it, and it smells good. All my favourite things in a product. Cheap, good quality, smells good. Ticking all the boxes. Then I have a blue solid perfume. I've used this once. You can see I've dug a bunch of it out. But yeah, I've used this once. It's more of a musky floral, but it is still like a good scent for the summer, I think. So I'll be getting used on it slowly. I just have so many scents rolled in at the moment. Most of them from this project, to be honest. Speaking of, I have the Dreamy Summer perfume. This is another sort of florally scent, but even though I have a lot of these floral scents rolled in, they're all unique. So that's good. And I have used this 3 times in the past month. It was nice. I've enjoyed it. It's good. The Pacifica Silver Moon Hair and Body Mist. It's like vanilla almond spice. It costs 70p, so yeah, I used this once as well, and it is such a beautiful scent. Oh, just that vanilla, like, oh, it's so nice. And my Strawberries and Cream room spray. This is from the Charm Candle Co. And the lady that runs that is so nice. I used to watch her TikTok lives. That's actually where I bought this, is I bought her products through TikTok. I bought some candles, wax melts, like a car air freshener. That smelled really good. It was... I want to say it was like passion fruit martini scented. And it was so good. And now the Strawberries and Cream, it's so nice. I love this. It's such a good room spray. Too bad I can't spray room sprays in my bedroom. But I've been using it in my car, and I've been using it on like my outdoor clothes, like my jackets and things. So yeah, I've used it 3 times so far. I don't think it'll be too difficult to use, actually. Then the final product I have with me is this grapefruit hand cream, and I've used this 4 times so far. It's a nice hand cream. I wouldn't say it smells like grapefruit though. I don't really know what it smells like, but I wouldn't call it grapefruit. But yeah, the reason I say that's the last product I have with me is because I have actually finished a few other things. They're just gone. They're gone, okay? I finally used up the 3rd bath bomb in my bath bomb trio. So that is finished. Those are gone. And I used up my Dead Sea Mud Mask. I do actually have this with me. This is my Dead Sea Mud Mask, and it took 2 uses to finish this up. So it is now done also. Which means that actually, all in all, we're doing pretty well. We have 3 things rolled out. 2 in May and technically 1 at the start of June, but I'm telling you about it now anyway. So we have 3 things rolled out, sort of within the first month. That's looking really good, and there's tons of things that are already halfway through their usage goal. So I imagine that this project isn't going to be too difficult, and I might actually get through it pretty fast. Which, the quicker I get done with this project, I feel, the less sort of spread thin I am between my projects. If I finish this pretty quickly, I'll have more time to work on like my deck of panning and my rolling project pan and things like that. So as much as I love participating in this project, I do think that sometimes I roll in quite a lot of stuff and it can be a little bit overwhelming. So I think as long as I just pick a couple things to focus on, I'll be reaching goals pretty regularly, and I'm quite happy with that, actually. Anyways, thank you so much for watching. Thank you to the Pantastic Ladies Facebook group for sharing this project, and to the ladies that created it for making it. It's such a great idea, and yeah, I'm feeling pretty confident about it. So I will see you all in my next video. Bye!